Karan Taurani, who's VP Research Analyst at Elara Capital, joins in with his perspective. Karan, great to have you on the show. Thanks very much for taking out the time. It really boils down to ad revenue growth because Zee, more than competing with other players in the market, kind of sets its own benchmarks that it continues to beat.
Yeah, I think the ad growth will continue to remain strong in this quarter as well. So yet another consistent outperformance, above the industry growth rate. And the primary reason for this is, their performance in the rural GT genre because of Zee Anmol. And the second biggest factor would be the regional portfolio, which is there in the likes of Marathi, Telugu, Kannada. They're gained market share in all the genres in the regional portfolio. So these two are the major driving factors, for the better ad growth versus industry averages.
Right. And so what would be your call on Zee Entertainment at the current levels?
So we basically have an accumulated rating on the, surrender target price of about 540 rupees. And obviously, we are going to review the target price, based on whether the strategic partner is once the official announcement is made. But we do believe, if at all a global partner comes in, it's going to be a big benefit for a platform like ZEE5 because it will get the advantage of global distribution, and that will actually lead to better monetization of the content. So Zee, they've got a huge content library in terms of movies and also in terms of TV shows and other things which are there. So if that comes up to be really well, I think the global strategic partner can actually do a re-rating of the entire Zee stock as a whole.
Right. So Karan, just walk us through, besides, the ad revenues, what else would you be looking out for in the numbers today?
So basically, subscription revenue growth would be in the range of about 18 to 19% led by the growth in domestic subscriptions primarily. International subscription remains to be flattish on a YOY basis because there is no such major trigger. But because of currency, the tailwinds, you can actually see some kind of positive impact coming in the international subscription revenue as well. So we are anticipating about 5% growth over there. In terms of margins on a YOY basis, we are expecting a decline on the EBITDA by about 50 pips, and that's primarily because the content investment which they have made in ZEE5 and also the original programming content on the TV platform. So there could be, some kind of negative impact on the margin level because of that. So largely we're expecting a good, healthy quarter, and they might actually surprise further on the ad revenue front. So our expectation of ad revenue is about 13%, but they could actually end up getting 15 to 16% as well.
Right. So, Karan, then how do you compare Zee to the other players in the market? And what would you infer from Zee's earnings for a trend within the sector?
So basically, in terms of trend within the sector, I think TV broadcasting as a space, continues to dominate, the ad spend growth part over here. So what you exactly see here is that, TV segment within the media has not lost any market share as such as print has lost. So that they remain to be in a very compelling position as of now. And within the other segments of media, I think radio is also one segment which is more or less stable. But print is a big concern over here because they are losing market share consistently over the last 2-3 years. And such major triggers, to kind of change that for the print sector as of now. So that's how it's a comparative study, if you do, versus others. But, surprisingly, print today also is one of the largest, medium. So in terms of absolute percentage share, it remains to be very high. But it's constantly dwindling in the last 2-3 years, and we expect that to continue, going ahead.
Good to have you on the show. Thanks much for really telling us what to expect from Zee, which is slated to come out with its Q3 numbers today.